on this bumpy 50-point inspection. From Spyglass Brewing Company out of Nashua, New Hampshire, I have their Cherry Chocolate Almond Symmetry. This is a milk stout. It comes in at 7.6% ABV. It is a very, very difficult label to read because it is very, very dark. So black, browns, kind of like mahogany red type coloration. Kind of see it better there. This is really, really fresh. What is today? I think today is the 12th, so that makes this 6 days. It's 6 days old at the time of this tasting. Super, super fresh. I mean, unless you're there on the day that they brewed it at the brewery itself, you're not going to get it much fresher. Yeah, 5 days fresher, I guess. But does say hit the slopes. I have not had this one as of yet. I'm just trying to look to see if there's any wordage. Okay, so this says an imperial milk stout conditioned on cherries, cacao nibs, toasted almonds, and vanilla beans. Cool. Let's go ahead and get this one poured and put it through this inspection. Looking forward to it. All right, no spillage, perfect pour. Cheers, Alex. So the head on this, very kind of mocha colored head. There's a lot of small bubbles and some medium to larger bubbles going throughout as well. The color of the beer itself, I get some kind of caramel reddish hues down the bottom. So pretty dark beer, especially for a milk stout. You can usually tell that it's going to be a dark beer based off the head itself. I mean, you start getting some deep colors into it. So this one's not exactly black, but it is a very rich brown. If this head looked like Cocoa Pebble cereal, then it would have been black. All right, let's go in for the full inspection now. So cheers. All right. Well, I mean, for the appearance, let's see if I can regenerate ahead. I'm giving it a 6 out of 6 anyways. I mean, this milk stout looked great when it was first poured. Just have some running lacing. ABV in this one, this is considered imperial. 7.6% ABV. I'll go ahead right now and say you don't notice any alcohol in this at all. In the aromas, though, I was picking up this almond, like vanilla milk. Like, I've had almond vanilla milk. And that's kind of what it smells like, with this, like, very light chocolate note. There's no, like, robustness in the aromas in this brew at all, in this stout. It's a lot like kind of a light chocolate almond vanilla milk. I'm also not picking up on the cherries. I think I'm going to give the aromas on this, actually, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. It's just lacking a little bit on some of the notes I was hoping to pick up on. But other than that, I mean, it's fairly decent. To smell like vanilla almond milk for the most part, that's interesting out of a stout. And And the flavors, first thing I was noticing was actually the mouth presence in this. So there's a very creamy mouthfeel to it. It's very nice. There's a light side medium body to it. Low medium carbonation. I think that helps assist in the kind of creamy mouthfeel. There is a carbonation presence though. I think it might be because the body is a bit dulled down and not super like medium to going into full or anything. So out of the flavors, once again, there is this almond milk. There's a very slight cherry presence that kind of pops up. It's kind of a bit of like a tartness with this cherry presence. Tail end, there's kind of this low, very light chocolate note. There is no robustness to this at all. There's no roasty notes. It really does not resemble a typical stout in any fashion. I am not picking up on any coffee. I'm not picking up on any darker chocolate notes. There's no roastiness to this. There's no roasted barley type presence. It's very kind of light on a lot of it. The cherry presence, like I said, does come up as a tartness within. It doesn't full on taste like cherry, but there's like a nuance of a cherry, but with the tartness with it. The almond milk thing is probably the most dominant type note in this, which I don't know if they were brewing this to try to really, because I mean, almond milk is pretty weak. So I don't know if they're brewing this to try to like really emphasize on the almonds and stuff like that, and kind of didn't want to overdo it with the other flavors. I think they definitely undercut the other flavors quite a bit. It's not a disgusting beer at all, but it's overall not that stouty, especially for an imperial milk stout. It does have a balanced bitterness to it. It's not overly bitter. It does kind of have that cherry tartness leading into a kind of a balanced bitterness at the tail end. This one's not like super sweet. It just has some of the notes that I mentioned. So for the flavors, I'm going to give this a 14 out of 19. The body on it, I wish it was more full than what it is. It is kind of on the lighter side of a stout. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I do like the creaminess that came out of it, but I think definitely a heftier body would have done a bit better. My overall on this one, it's not the worst thing. I mean, I'd probably rather drink this over Left Hand's Milk Stout, if that means anything, but to me that's kind of an average milk stout. This one at least has some cherries and weird stuff added to it. It does taste like a lot like a light chocolate almond milk. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 though. It is missing a lot of that stoutiness. So for Spyglass Brewing Company's long named Cherry Chocolate Almond Symmetry, I'm going to give this a bumpy 36 out of 50, which is going to land it in the good range. Just above drinkable, which would kind of be more of the average range. But it's good. So cheers. And thank you all for watching.